a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, I'll let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how I beat the speed up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at with another video. Y'all saw me jamming to my theme song, but welcome to KO Sports Talk. I don't have my co-host here with me, Chuck. He will not be attending today because he's actually is a musician, and November 3rd he has a performance coming up, so he had to do a rehearsal today. So this week he will not be able to do it. I was also still waiting for my special guest co-host. I left that link right there. I don't know if he's supposed to come, but I was waiting for my special guest co-host, but I haven't heard from him yet. But like how we always do, the show must go on. The show definitely must go on. But guys, we're going to be talking about this series matchup. The Chicago Bears are coming off of their bye week, week 7 bye week. And this right here is going to be the second half of the schedule. This is going to be the toughest schedule matchups that's going to be coming up in the second half of the schedule. And it's even at a good time because, we had a couple players who were injured. We had Jaquan Brisker, who was dealing with a concussion. You had Kyler Gordon, he was dealing with a hamstring injury. And you had Tariq Stevenson. I believe he was dealing with an oblique injury. But based on from what I understand, I know Tariq Stevenson, he's been available at practice. So he's expected to play this upcoming game. And Kyler Gordon, I don't know too much about him. Jaquan Brisker, he's kind of day-to-day. I'm not too sure about him, but they're saying that he might be expected to play. I might be or might be wrong about that, but don't quote me on that. But from the reports that I've been reading, Jaquan Brisker, he kind of has been trying to get back into the fray, but the doctors are saying that, they're just giving it a day-by-day basis with Jaquan Brisker. And I don't know about Kyler Gordon. Kyler Gordon, he has been limited. He hasn't been practicing as much so far. But, I guess with this Commanders game, I think we'll be fine. But as always, with anticipated matchup, a lot of people were anticipating, this matchup with Jayden Daniels, JD5, him having a great season so far, the best stretch by a rookie so far in NFL history, a 5-6 game stretch so far by an NFL rookie, a QB rookie in NFL history. He's having some of the best stretches so far in NFL history, up until he had that injury against the Carolina Panthers where he ran for like a 46-yarder. And he kind of, one of the defenders kind of made him like flipped him over, and it kind of like hurt his ribs. And so they're saying that he has like a rib contusion. I don't know if it's a rib fracture, but it's definitely like a rib contusion. It's like a rib bruise. And so Dan Quinn said that he was day-to-day. And so they don't know if they're going to expect him. I would say it's a 60% chance that Jayden Daniels will not play this upcoming game. It's like a 60% chance because yesterday the Commanders, they had their press conference, and Dan Quinn said that he was day-to-day. So if he doesn't play, Marcus Mariota, former number 2 pick, he was also a number 2 pick, played with the Oregon Ducks. He's expected to play this upcoming Sunday. And so whether it's Jayden Daniels or Marcus Mariota, the Chicago Bears are going to have their hands full as they're going to go up against the number 1 offense so far in the NFL. And the Chicago Bears, arguably the number one defense in the NFL, up there with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Denver Broncos of the NFL. They're up there. And one of the things that is definitely going to be concerning about this upcoming game is definitely the run game. I know everything is not going to be perfect in regards to the defense. I mean, the defense is playing at an elite level, but so far they've been giving up a lot of yardage. I know they gave up 92 yards to Jonathan Taylor, and then Joe Mixon. He was kind of having his game. Another key stat was Kyren Williams. Kyren Williams, he also had 94 yards on the Bears, and then you had Tank Bigsby. He had a good game against the Bears. Tank Bigsby, or no, he didn't really even have a good game. But so far, like I said, Kyren Williams. Like I said, Kyren Williams, he had 94 yards against the Chicago Bears. And then Jonathan Taylor, he really gashed the Chicago Bears on that game. Well, really is the first half of the game. Well, he had 110 yards against the Bears. And then you had Tony Pollard. He had 16 carries for 82 yards. And so one of the bigger weaknesses, here he is. Here's our co-host, my special co-host. I'm going to welcome here Chicago Sports Michael. Welcome to the show, man. Better late than never. How you doing, man?
It's been good. I won't be here for long though, but I'm watching the NBA. What's NBA?
NBA season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Celtics are shitting on things, but
right.
So what are you going over?
Well, we're going to be talking about 3 keys to victory against the Washington Commanders, and then I'm also going to be doing a Week 8 pick'ems for the week.
All right, I'll say this: Daniels will. I've heard from some people. I'm believing that Daniels will not be playing this game, which means we're going to have to face Marcus Mariota. And Mariota, last time he played the Bears, he clapped it. That was when he was on the Falcons. He's pretty mobile. And the Bears have not been terrible against the run, but I wouldn't say they're necessarily the best against the run.
They're mid. They're definitely mid.
So I think their key here to winning is to have a spy on Mariota, because Mariota can be a complete mobile quarterback, and have him because Mariota can make mistakes. And like I said, the Bears get a huge break because at least Daniels can somewhat can accurately throw the football. And I've been telling people about Daniels the whole time, but the Bears get a huge break, even though I wanted to play Jaden Daniels, but that's neither here or there. And the Bears need to take advantage of Washington's weak defenses. Have DJ Moore cook them exactly like last time, and open up the playbook. Open up the playbook. Have Keenan Allen, Roman Doomsday, even Cole Kmet cook. But I think Jonathan Allen is out for the whole year, so they get a huge break from that. But that's my keys here to victory for the Bears. But this should be a winnable game for the Bears, but it's any given Sunday. But I'm not taking the Commanders lightly. Just because they don't have Jaden Daniels does not mean they won't go down without a fight.
Look at the comment section. Flood already got some Commanders and Lions fans all here. So my 3 keys so far is, of course, number 1, the offense got to take shots downfield. I know so far Caleb Williams, I know so far he has been really good with his deep ball accuracy, but he's definitely is coming along so far. And so whenever given the chance, Shane Waldron definitely needs to take a lot of shots downfield because we definitely know that he's going to get the run game going. He's going to get those short to intermediate routes going. But we definitely know that Washington Commanders passing defense is bottom 5 of the league. And so they give up a lot of passing yards to each team. I know they gave up, I think, like 260 yards to like Lamar Jackson, and then like 300 to, I believe it was like the Bengals. It was a lot of yards. But they're giving up all these yards to these other teams. And so Caleb Williams and Shane Waldron, they're definitely going to have to take advantage of that passing defense if they ever want to have a chance at beating the Commanders. And like you said, the second key is also having a spy on Marcus Mariota. Like the way that they play Jaden Daniels, they're going to use Marcus Mariota the same way on how they game plan with their offense. And so whether, I don't know how Jaquan Brisker's his injury report, whether he's going to play this game or not. But either I think Elijah Hicks, he did well last game, but Elijah Hicks or whoever is going to be that free safety or Kevin Byard, you're going to have to spy on Marcus Mariota and allow him to stay in the pocket. That defensive line is going to have to figure out a way in order to keep Marcus Mariota in the pocket because you don't want to have them getting their run game going and you don't want them to get into a rhythm that's definitely going to gash that run defense. Our run defense has been pedestrian, but this could definitely be a problem and a challenge for this run defense. So this is going to be a challenge for them. And the third key for this is that Matt Eberflus is going to have to learn how to be situational with his time, learning how he needs to learn how to win on the road. And Matt Eberflus's record is 3-16 so far on the road. And so Matt Eberflus is going to have to figure a way situationally to keep this this game in hand, whether learning how to keep the time of possession, whether it be the time of possession, whether it's getting your players to take the ball away early and often. Matt Eberflus has to get his team prepared and his team situationally prepared in order to outcoach the Washington Commanders team, because at times Matt Eberflus, in terms of his situational awareness with this time, like he may call a timeout, like an impromptu timeout, like when we're in the middle of doing a play call, or whether it's like a challenge play, he may not call a challenge play, or certain stuff that Matt Eberflus done, like he's done in the past mistakes. And so he's definitely going to have to correct that because we already know this Commanders team, they're already a playoff team. And this is something that we cannot take lightly, especially in a division where the Lions are the Super Bowl favorites, the way they beat the Minnesota Vikings. You got the Vikings as well. They're a playoff team, and Green Bay. I don't know what it is with some Bears fans, including Adam Mason. I don't know what it is about the Packers that he doesn't see that they're not a top 10 team. But in my opinion, I think the Packers are a top 10 team, especially with the way they played against the Houston Texans. Like the NFC North is no joke. And so this game, literally every game this season is going to be a must-win game. Matt Eberflus and his team, Shane Waldron and Caleb Williams, they're going to have to do whatever they can in their power in order to beat this Washington Commanders team, because this is not going to be an easy game. But let's look at some of this comment section so far.
Yeah, nothing's easy when it comes to nothing's easy when it comes to the NFL.
Yeah,
I gotta say this: when the Bears were like 1-2, I'm like, yeah, there's no point. I switched to the Steelers game because I was like, yeah, I'd rather watch something that was worth my time. But then after the Rams game, they made me. I changed my mind.
Yeah, what did you think about that Steelers game with the Steelers versus the Jets when they switched Justin Fields to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook.
Bro, it's the Jets. Do it against a real team, and then we'll see. That's all I got.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the comment section. Don Burr, Detroit versus everybody. You know, John Burr always coming on every Chicago Bears content creators channel, trying to hype up the Lions. What's up, Jewel Jefferson? How you doing, man? How about that Lions DV for life? JD5 Rookie of the Year. Their defense isn't what it was last year. What's up, Ron? How you doing, man? How you doing? Will Diggs, Joe Burrow, and Lamar Jackson are elite quarterbacks. Come on now. What did I say that what did I say that they weren't elite quarterbacks? Because they're facing a bad defense? The fact that I said that, of course, I know they're elite quarterbacks. I'm just talking about Washington Commanders, passing defense. They're not even that good. Caleb will feast on the sucky Redskins secondary.
As he should. The Commanders don't have a good defense.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. Okay. So on to these next games. We're gonna do our week 8 pick'ems. So far, I'm not gonna make this video too long. But
I'm gonna
bounce.
I'm gonna bounce. I already said what I needed to say.
All right, man. All right, on to these week 8 pick'ems. Thursday night, we got the Minnesota Vikings going to SoFi Stadium to face the Los Angeles Rams in Inglewood, California. Minnesota is favored by 3. And speaking of Minnesota and the Los Angeles Rams, there have been serious trade talks that the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams are trying to switch quarterbacks. Minnesota is trying to trade for Matthew Stafford, and the Los Angeles Rams are thinking about getting Sam Darnold. So that would be something very interesting, specifically if the Minnesota Vikings get Matthew Stafford. In my opinion, is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. I think the Minnesota Vikings will definitely be one of the heavy favorites to come out of the NFC West, other than the Detroit Lions, and that will be a sight to see. Specifically, the Detroit Lions, if they face the Minnesota Vikings the second time, that would be a crazy storyline. With Matthew Stafford going up against his former team in the NFC North. And then he gets to face Jared Goff as well, who he was traded for during that 2021 season. During that 2021 season, when the LA Rams traded for Matthew Stafford and the Jared Goff was traded to the Detroit Lions, that'll be a sight to see. But like I said, the Minnesota Vikings are going to be a visitor to the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams host the Minnesota Vikings. For this game, this is quite interesting. Now, this is definitely an interesting matchup. I would not put my money on this because this is difficult. I know that the Los Angeles Rams are going to bring back Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is coming back. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, Puka Nacua, if I'm not mistaken, he's expected to he's kind of ramping up. He's coming back. Oh no, he is questionable, but Cooper is questionable. No. Yeah, Cooper Kupp is definitely going to be playing this game, but I think this is definitely going to be a close game. I think Minnesota definitely is, how should I say it? Might be the favorites to win, but I have, should I even say it? I'm definitely going to have the, screw it. I'm going to say the Rams win. I'm going to have the Rams winning. And the reason I say this, definitely the Rams. No. Minnesota's defense definitely got a little bit exposed with the Detroit Lions, exposed to the Detroit Lions defense. Sam Darnold, he made some erratic throws, even though they did come back and try to come back and beat the Detroit Lions. I think the Minnesota's defense kind of got exposed, and that's really going to show Sean McVay how to play against Brian Flores' defense. And so I think Matthew Stafford, he's more of a little bit of a smarter quarterback than Jared Goff. And so I think Matthew Stafford, he's going to see the tape that the Lions put out on how Jared Goff handled the Minnesota Vikings defense. And so I think Matthew Stafford, especially with Cooper Kupp coming in, I think Cooper Kupp, he's going to have a big game this game against the Minnesota Vikings. So I would say this is definitely going to be a close game. I'm going to have the Los Angeles Rams winning 27-24. This is going to be my upset pick of the week. So I have Los Angeles Rams winning this game. The next game, who's texting me? No, I'm sorry. Okay, like I said, the next game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 2.5. Oh my gosh, these are some good games right here. For this Sunday. Okay, Philadelphia, they're coming back off of a dominant win against the New York Giants. Then you got the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe they're coming off of a win. Oh, yeah, they came off a win against the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson got hurt that game. That was really crazy. So with this game, I'm going to give the slight edge to Cincinnati. I'm going to give the slight edge to Cincinnati. I know this is definitely going to be a close game, but usually around this time, Cincinnati starts to ramp up around the second half of the schedule. I just think that Philadelphia is definitely going to play the Cincinnati Bengals really tough, but I think Joe Burrow, this is where he definitely kind of steps up. Like he starts to kind of get into the room because you're starting to see that Joe Burrow is starting to kind of get into a rhythm, during the second half of the season. And so I think that's definitely going to continue on with this Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be another close game. Philadelphia Eagles, they're also a good team. I think this is definitely going to be a 2 to 3 point game. And I definitely have them going. I don't necessarily have them going. I have them going a little bit over. Definitely over the over. I'm taking the over on this one. And so I'll say this is like a 30-28 type of game in favor of the Cincinnati Bengals. The next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at Cleveland. Baltimore is favored by 10. They should be favored by like 17.5 because Cleveland just lost Deshaun Watson. This team is going down the drain. It is really a free fall for the Cleveland Browns. I think they might get the number one pick for the NFL draft, for the 2025 NFL draft. They're having a fire sale. It looked like they're going to have a fire sale. Baltimore Ravens are coming off of a dominant win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers yesterday, 41-31. And Lamar Jackson is having another MVP season again, coming off of a 5-touchdown game. This guy is literally on fire, man. And I think this is definitely going to continue. I think this hot streak is definitely going to continue. They're on a 4-game winning streak. And so I definitely have Baltimore winning by 10 plus. This is going to be a blowout. It's going to be like 41-7. It's not even going to be close at all. It's definitely going to be a blowout. So I'm going to have Baltimore win that game. The next game, Tennessee Titans at Detroit. This is going to be at Ford Field. Detroit's favored by 11. Yeah, this is going to be another blowout game. Detroit, they're coming off that dominant win, that statement game against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings, they're undefeated going into a last week game, but Detroit had a point to prove, and they definitely put that stamp of approval when they beat that Minnesota Vikings team, saying that we are the Super Bowl Like literally, we are the Super Bowl team, and everything runs through Detroit. And it's looking like that's definitely going to continue against this Tennessee Titans. Give me Detroit to cover that 11. I have them blowing out the Tennessee Titans. Jared Goff, he's playing lights out. Amon-Ra's playing lights out. I know Jameson Williams, he's having a 2-game suspension. But that's not going to stop the Detroit Lions from steamrolling the Tennessee Titans. So give me Detroit to win by more than 10 points. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Miami Dolphins. I'm sorry. I'm not too sure about this game. I don't know if Tua's going to come back in this game, but I would say this: if Tua is definitely playing this game, I'm still going to have the Arizona Cardinals win, whether or not Tua does play or not. But if Tua does not play this game, I'm going to have this not be as close of a game. I would have Arizona winning by I'll have the other Arizona covering the over by 7 points. I would have Arizona covering the over by 7 points for this game. I know this is definitely going to be Miami Gardens. And so there's no indication whether or not Tua will play this game. But if he's not playing this game, I'll say give me Arizona. I have Arizona winning by at least 7 points against the Miami Dolphins, even though Miami Dolphins defense has been playing well past couple of weeks. But I'll say give me Arizona because they're coming off that momentum win against the Chargers, and I think that's definitely going to continue to the next game. Next game, you got the New York Jets versus New England. This is going to be at Gillette Stadium. You have the New York Jets favored by 7. This is my other upset pick of the week. I'm going to have the New England Patriots win this game, believe it or not. I mean, I just like Drake May. I love his progressions that he's been making. I know they lost against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but just for some reason, I have Drake May and this Patriots team winning because especially the way he played against the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans defensive line is pretty good, and that kid threw like 3 touchdowns. I have him throwing at least 2 touchdowns for this game. The Jets defense of this team, I mean, the fact that they fired Robert Saleh kind of demoralized that team. They lost last week to Russell Wilson, a rusty Russell Wilson coming back from an injury. He just came and just torched that New York Jets defense. And I think this is also to be expected. They're going to kind of get torched by Drake May. It's just the whole team morale has not been good. Aaron Rodgers is crying like a little ass baby. I don't feel sorry for the New York Jets, and I don't feel sorry for Aaron Rodgers, especially for what he's done to my Chicago Bears all those years. So give me New England to win by at least 3 or 4 points, 21-17. Next game, Tampa Bay versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons is going to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Tampa Bay, they're coming off of that butt whipping yesterday by the Baltimore Ravens. I believe Atlanta is favored by 3. No, Atlanta's favored by 2.5 points. And so this game, I would say this is going to be a bounce back game for Atlanta, coming off of that blowout loss to the Seattle Seahawks. I think Atlanta is definitely going to bounce back, but don't count it. Don't count out the fact that Tampa Bay will be competing because definitely this is going to be a division game, and I think this is going to be a fight for who's going to be the top of the NFC North. But I would say give me the Atlanta Falcons to win this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at Jacksonville. Last week, I had the Green Bay Packers winning against the Houston Texans because the way Coach LaFleur has his team going, has this team playing discipline, and this new defensive coordinator that they got rid of Joe Barry. He has this new defensive coordinator. I forgot his name, but he definitely has this team playing lights out. I believe the Green Bay Packers are number 1 in takeaways so far. Let me see who their defensive coordinator is. Jeff Haley. Jeff Haley, he was he coached, he's been in the NFL for a couple seasons, including his stints with Tampa Bay, Cleveland, and San Francisco. But he definitely has this team coached up. So far, this Packers defense is leading the NFL in takeaways so far. And so far, they're also one of the top defenses so far in this league. This could be a trap game for the Green Bay Packers. But let me see, where are they playing at? Oh, they're playing in Jacksonville, Florida. This is going to be a home game for Jacksonville. With this one, I think Jacksonville, they're also coming off of a win against the Patriots. And Trevor Lawrence, he definitely did play well against the Patriots, but I don't know, man. I really want the Packers to lose, man. I'll say this could be a trap game. I'd say this could definitely be a trap game for Green Bay. I just don't know. I want to pick Green Bay to win for some odd reason. My gut is telling me to pick Green Bay, but my head is telling me to pick Jacksonville Jaguars because I feel like this is going to be a trap game. I'll say give me Jacksonville, because Jacksonville, especially when they play certain good teams, you know, they always play well. Like 1 year they played against the Buffalo Bills, they gave them hell. You know, when they play like certain good teams, like they always play them well. So I think this type of game is definitely going to be a trap game for the Green Bay Packers. But I'm going to have the Jacksonville cover for 3 points. I'm going to have it being like a 25-22 type of game. I'm going to have Jordan Love throw 2 interceptions, but I'll give me Jacksonville to cover the 3. Next game, we got Houston hosting the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis is coming off of a win, they're coming off of a win against the Miami Dolphins. And then the Houston Texans are coming off of a loss last week against the Green Bay Packers. I think this game is going to be a get-right game for CJ Stroud. I'm going to have Houston definitely covering the 6. Even though the Indianapolis Colts won against the Miami Dolphins, Anthony Richardson really hasn't shown me much of what he can do in the NFL so far up until this point. And I think the Houston Texans, I have this being a close game, but it's just I don't see Anthony Richardson. I just think that he's going to be turning the ball over, and he's going to it's definitely going to favor the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans are definitely going to take advantage of some of his turnovers that he's going to make. And so I'll just say give me the Houston Texans, because that last game CJ Stroud had last week was a bad game, and he wants to get that over his head. He wants to have a get-right game. I think this is definitely going to be a get-right game for him. Next game, we got the New Orleans versus the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are hosting the New Orleans Saints at SoFi Stadium. The Chargers are favored by 7 points. I'd say this game, give me the Los Angeles Chargers. If I was a betting man, I'll bet the Los Angeles Chargers. They are coming off of a loss against the Arizona Cardinals, a close loss. They haven't scored any touchdowns this last game. And I think with Justin Herbert, I think he's going to have something to prove, even though it's not really saying much when you have a head coach who just loves to ground and pound the ball, and he loves to rely on his defense. But I think this is definitely going to be a get-right game for the Los Angeles Chargers. I have them covering the 7. Give me Los Angeles Chargers to win. I think that Justin Herbert, he's going to have a get-right game. He's going to have maybe a couple touchdowns, throw for over 250 yards. And, yeah, that's going to be all she wrote. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks, I'm trying to go over this game because I'm trying to catch these NBA games. That's why I'm going so fast right now. So far, we got the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is favored by 3 in this game. This is going to be an afternoon game at Seattle. For this game, I'm going to have Buffalo winning this game. I think this is definitely going to be a high-scoring game. Seattle is coming off of a win against the Atlanta Falcons, and the Buffalo Bills are coming off of a win against the Tennessee Titans. I would say this game, give me the Buffalo Bills to win. I mean, that addition with Amari Cooper definitely helps, having a mixture of a veteran wide receiver and a couple of young players and rookies. That's definitely going to help guide this wide receiver room. And then you also have the addition of Josh Allen, who is definitely going to keep this team being a playoff caliber team. So I would say give me the Buffalo Bills to win that game and to cover that 3. It's going to be a high-scoring game, though. Carolina goes to Denver. The Denver Broncos host the Carolina Panthers at a Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Denver is favored by 9 points. I'm like, this is easy game. Give me Denver. Any team who plays against the Carolina Panthers at this point, I mean, Carolina Panthers are definitely a punching bag up until this point, so I think they're going to be a punching bag for the for the Denver Broncos. So give me Denver. Next game, another easy game so far. Kansas City at the Las Vegas Raiders. Kansas City is favored by 10. I have the Kansas City Chiefs blowing out this team by like at least 20 plus points. Definitely give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, there's really nothing to talk about. The Las Vegas Raiders are going through a free fall. They already got rid of Devontae Adams. They're thinking about trading Max Crosby. I mean, this is a dumpster fire of a franchise. They desperately are going through a quarterback purgatory, and at least we're not them. I remember back in the day, the Chicago Bears are going through a quarterback purgatory. But damn, I didn't think that the Raiders are going to be this bad, and how they got rid of Derek Carr after they got rid of Derek Carr. Going through Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew it's just been so bad. So give me Kansas City. Chicago Bears versus the Washington Commanders. This is going to be a Landover, Maryland. Chicago's favored by 2.5. Like I said in this one, I have Chicago favored going to win. I have them covering the over. I think this is going to be like a 30-20 type of game. I think Caleb Williams is definitely going to have something to prove, especially coming back home to Washington. And his family going to be there with his dad and his mom definitely going to be there, and his family. And also Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat, believe it or not, this is going to be he's going to go up against his former team. So he's definitely going to have something to prove to this Washington Commanders team. You know, saying that, man, like, why didn't you guys do this when I was playing? You know, why didn't you have this type of winning culture when I was playing? But he's definitely going to show up and show out. Whether it's Marcus Mariota or Jaden Daniels, I'm still going to have the Bears winning. So I have them covering the 2.5. Next game, you got the Dallas Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers. You have the 49ers favored in this game at Levi Stadium. I would say give me the Dallas Cowboys, but it just seems like after the loss of Brandon Ayuk, and then you got Jawan Jennings going through some injury problems. You got Deebo Samuel dealing with some illness. George Kittle getting nicked up. George Mason getting nicked up. You know, CMC, he's hurt. I think, and you definitely saw how pedestrian Brock Purdy has looked without his top receivers. He's looked very, very pedestrian. And so I think, or even Dallas. Dallas has been dealing with some injuries, but not to the extent of how, not to the extent with the San Francisco 49ers. But I would say, yeah, give me the Dallas Cowboys to win. I know last year they're trying to get that sour taste in their mouth when they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, that blowout loss. And so I would say give me the Dallas Cowboys to win against the San Francisco 49ers. But like I said, guys, that's all the picks that I have for today, man. Stay tuned, guys, for some of my later videos that I will be doing. I'm going to be catching this some of these NBA games because I want to catch it. But, guys, I'd like to thank all you guys for coming. And as always, guys, how we always end it here, Chicago up, Bear down. All right, guys. Peace. I'm out.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait.